Hi again guys, and welcome to another Special Projects custom build, and this particular build is another requested tune, and this particular request was for a Mini Cooper Cup Car. Now we do have some Cup Cars on the game. We've got the Beetle Cup Car, the Lupo, the Micra, and one or two others, but those are the primary ones. And the Cup Car is, I think, a great form of motorsport vehicle. They're generally really affordable, they're very responsive to tuning, they have fantastic handling, they're generally pretty light, and they don't really need a lot of power to have fun. They're great for beginners, but also more experienced drivers can use them, for instance, in one-make racing to still have a huge amount of fun in online lobbies. Now, this particular build is for the Mini. It's based on the Cooper S, the newer model. This is a car which I've extolled the virtues of many times on the channel. It's a fantastic 500 pp car. This particular build though is at a lower pp. Now, as far as the visuals, I've gone for BBS LMR wheels. I've painted the body blue, as you can see, but you can paint it whatever colour you want, of course, because it's not a replica. I opted for the blank race number plate, whatever you want to call it, the livery in effect, and I've painted the rims ebony, which is a black that I like to use on quite a few vehicles, which comes from the Jaguar S-Type. That's basically it for the visuals. You can't upgrade the body, you can't change the wing, you can't give it a flat floor, which is a shame, because the Mini does have a look which would be complemented by a body kit or a flat floor, so it's kind of a shame that they don't allow us to do that. But be that as it may, we'll go over first of all to the mechanical tuning garage, and then of course take it out to a track to see if it can be a convincing Beetle, Lupo or Micra style cup car. Now, as I mentioned, this car does have a lower PP than the PP specific build which I did for it quite a while ago. That was a 500 PP build, this is only 450 PP. Now, the reason for that is kind of twofold. One is because the 450 PP level is quite a popular one. There are a fair few seasonal events where that can prove useful, and also online races. It's just a useful PP to have a vehicle this good at. The second reason, and this is kind of more so the main reason, is that cup cars don't have insane specs. The Beetle is pretty much the top cup car in terms of the specs that you get from it right out of the box. And this has similar numbers to other cup cars. You're looking at the kind of weight of something like a Lupo or a Micra cup car combined with the power of something more like the Beetle cup car. So you've kind of got the best of both worlds. It doesn't have a ridiculous amount of power, but definitely enough to get the job done, especially at 450 pp. Now, I've gone for racing hard tyres. Of course, if you upgrade those, it'll be even quicker. As far as the suspension, we've got the lowest possible ride height. Springs I've increased to 850 and 750. The dampers to 4. Anti-roll I've left on 3. We've got neutral camber, neutral toe. We'll come back to the gearbox last, as we often do. As far as the diff, I've gone for the lowest initial torque, highest acceleration and braking. As far as power, all I've done is an oil change, a stage 3 engine build, and the sports computer, and that really nicely sets it up to the 450 pp level, and then of course the full weight loss package. So it's actually a relatively simple upgrade kit to go for. And as far as the gearbox, obviously it's not a top-end speed build, so we've gone for an auto setting of 149, then individual gears of 3.4, 2.4, 1.8, 1425, 1175, and 1, with a final drive of 3. So that's it overall for the mechanical side of things. What though about its track potential? Well, let's take it out to one to find out. Overall, this is the kind of build which doesn't really have the nostalgia factor of something like a Special Projects replica, but it does have the advantage that being a custom build that's not really based on any specific real vehicle, that allows you to change the specs and the tuning, the gearbox for instance, the suspension, the diff, in such a way that you can really suit the car to your own needs, be it racing, one-make racing, time trials, seasonal events, any scenario basically. So if you do decide to use this cup car style build for your Mini Cooper S, obviously I hope you find it fun and definitely competitive as well. And if you'd like to keep up with other builds like this, request builds, or check out builds which we've already done, you can do that down below with playlists, subscriptions, or comments. But for now, as always, thanks for watching.